To all come on in. How is everyone doing? Come on in. If this is your first time, definitely let me know it's your first time so I can give you a shout out. Happy New Year to everyone. If you didn't tune in live yesterday, Happy New Year to you today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Stevlana, first timer. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Sexy Sasha, good morning. Kukua, first timer. Good morning. Where are you tuning in from? Chow Nadine says it's her first time as well. Good morning. Where are you tuning in from? Yeti Dud, Happy New Year. May Forgiveness, good morning. Blue Trillions, Happy New Year. Chimbalangara, Happy New Year. Um, Oxtail, good morning. I would definitely love to have some oxtail. Gladia, first timer, good morning. Joan says, good morning. Do you speak Spanish? I don't, but we do have Spanish speakers here at the office, including one of our associate attorneys. I might start doing a series on live where maybe, I speak in English and have my associate or one of my other staff speak Spanish to help with the translations. Cubana says, thanks for everything you do, especially educating us on things no one tells us. Oh, you're very welcome. I think it's so important. Knowledge is the key to freedom, honestly. Like there's so much that so many people don't know. And, I'm grateful for these platforms that allow us to, educate people of the laws, based on what they don't know. Many people stay in situations that are terrible where they don't know that they have options. So grateful to be able to do what I do. Kino, first timer, good morning. Michael, Happy New Year. Yes, same to you. Good morning, Cheryl from Jamaica and Stivlana from Maryland. If you have a personal question, Oren, please schedule a consultation. Our number here is 407-995-6567. You can also send a WhatsApp message. It's 404-333-8751, and someone can call you back to schedule a consultation. Bouquet Falabi says you're the best. Thank you so much. How are you? Happy New Year. This person says, hey, ma'am, Can I travel with valid advance parole if you have it before asylum, but now under VAWA? I can't tell you without knowing where you're going to or what your immigration history is and at what point of asylum you are on. But my immediate answer is no, without knowing much more about your history because of the asylum. Because, a lot of times, if your asylum case, if they can make an approval, they will refer it to the immigration courts, which in those cases you can't travel. So I don't know what stage you are on, or if you directly filed with immigration court because, I don't know how like you got in here, if you were at the border and all of that stuff. So basically, I don't recommend it without actually scheduling a consult and an attorney and having them go over your immigration history to see, one, if you're allowed to travel at all, and then two, where are you going versus where did you file asylum for? So all those things have to be, considered. Brenna, our consultations are $150. Kino, the number is 407-995-6567. And you can send a message on WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is 404-333-8751. Okay. U.S. citizen spouse, married 3 years, filed for divorce, and while awaiting divorce hearing at the end of the month, the Form 485 green card was approved without an interview. So technically, if your divorce has not been finalized, technically it is valid, but you are going to face a problem at your naturalization that you're going to have to overcome. So That's something that you should just be aware of, because usually USCIS wants you to disclose that if you're filing a marriage-based petition and you're filing for divorce, and you've now withdrawn and they approve you, that's something that they want you to disclose. So, definitely consult with a lawyer to go over that, just because you want to make sure that, um, you know, um, you want to make sure that that it's disclosed and you're not dealing with a misrepresentation issue when it comes to naturalization, where they could, like, take your green card, or bar you from getting citizenship. Someone else is asking me to repeat the number. Okay, how about this? Let me just type it in here, and then that way you guys can just write it. Just give me a second. I can't multitask. I can't talk and type numbers at the same time. So let me just write that. Okay, so 995. See, I already made a mistake. 6567. Okay, so I just put it there. Let me pin it. Pin comment. Okay, so it's pinned there, and now you should be able to see it. 601A waiver, wait time taking longer than a year. Absolutely, it's definitely taking more than a year. It takes a really long time. It's really annoying, but it's definitely taking more than a year. Someone here says, Dave McFarland, I'm one of your clients. Hey, what's up? But I want to speak to you privately. David, please send a message on your client portal and let them know that, I told them to schedule a consult or a call with me if you'd like to speak to me privately and not on live. Andrews Nyantaki says, sent a WhatsApp but no response. Then definitely give us a call. If you don't, we get hundreds of messages on our WhatsApp, and as I'm sure you guys know, we're out of the office until yesterday. So it depends on when you send the message. I'm just trying to catch up on all those messages. But quickest way, we're open right now, and so call us 407-995-6567. Good morning. Does VAL application qualify to renew work permit online? No, you should go ahead and do that and mail it. Okay. I'm getting married. Oh, this message. See, as I try to read these questions, they just fly away. Good morning. Can I ask, is it okay or is it fine if I get a request for additional evidence again? It doesn't really mean anything good or bad. A request for additional evidence just means that they don't have enough to make a decision on your case. And so they need that information. So just make sure whatever information that they ask you, that you send it on time before the deadline. Okay? I came to the US in July, got divorced in October. Can I marry this January and file? Well, it's a personal preference. Nobody dictates, including USCIS, when people marry or not marry. You just have to make sure that you have a real marriage and a bona fide and legitimate marriage, and that your divorce that you filed, wherever it was, that it's authentic. As long as you can prove those things, then you'll be good. When is the best time to revisit the United States if one had a no change of status, no extension of status and adjustment of status, and has left the U.S. at the time he was given at the port of entry? Yeah, so then you don't have any issues at all. Like some USCIS officers, let me correct myself, some Customs and Border officers do that, but it really I don't want to say it really means nothing if you're married to a U.S. citizen and they're filing for you. That being the case, as long as you follow the rules and you left on time and you still have a valid visa, you can enter into the United States whenever. Just don't overstay your time. Just stay the time that you were allotted and, go back, unless, you're here and something happens and, you're married and you change your mind and then you choose to do an adjustment of status and stuff like that. Kino says, we lived together for 8 months, then got married, and then And then you want a divorce, no violence, no mistreating, just want a divorce. What can I do? You just have to get divorced. Like that's life. Like you people, we cannot force people into marriages. Like if someone doesn't want to be married, then and they want to divorce you, you have no choice, unfortunately, but to divorce them if they don't want to be in the marriage. That being said, if the person is not abusive to you, you should never say that that person was abusive to you. Um, okay. Let me see what else we have here. Someone's asking what's your name. Oh, well, I guess I didn't introduce myself. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Aisha Chidole. I'm an immigration lawyer and I represent all over the United States in every single state in the United States with their immigration matters. So your location is not a problem. Physical office is in Atlanta. We have a satellite office in Orlando, Florida. But again, regardless of where you live, we have clients in every state in the United States. Okay. And that also answers the question about who asked the person that just asked, where is your location? How long does it take to get approved for a fiance visa? Well, fiance visa could vary. There are two steps to it. So with the fiance visa, you first of all have to get the initial part, petition here in the United States approved. And once that's approved, the case moves up to the National Visa Center, provide all the documents and then schedule an interview. So for a lot of people, it can take anywhere from like 12 to 24 months. It just all depends on the luck of the draw, the country you're from, the business of the embassy in the country you're from. Like, do they have people coming and going often, and stuff like that. So it all varies. But, I'll say realistically, plan for 15 to 24 months. If it's 12 months, you're just super, 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 super lucky. Personally, in the last 3 years, we've not had anyone 12 months. We've had maybe 15 months as the earliest. But generally, we see more of like 18 to 24 months. Michael Tater on YouTube says, can you marry a U.S. citizen when you have a T visa pending? Yes, you can marry a U.S. citizen. And you can also file a petition with your U.S. citizen if you meet the qualifications, i.e., you're not in removal and you didn't cross the border. If you don't have any of those, you can do an adjustment of status. If you do have any of those, you can see not the border one, but if you are in removal but you entered into the country properly with the visa and you were admitted, you could, and you're in removal, you can see if you can do a motion for them to terminate those proceedings to allow you to adjust your status. And we call that prosecutorial discretion, where we basically, ask the government's counsel, the government's lawyer, DHS, like to work with us as the other attorneys, help us. Let's get this out of the judge's, pile and just adjust. Okay. My husband petitioned for my daughter and I from last year March, and we haven't gotten a response. Why? Yours truly, I don't know. It's really not been a year, so they've only petitioned for 9 months, 10 months, give or take. So I don't know where you are. Are you in the United States? Are you out of the country? All of those things make a difference. What's your husband's status? Is he a U.S. citizen? Is he an LPR? So there's so many variables to that. And without knowing those things, I can't really tell you. But regardless of what it is, you're still within a normal timeline. So I wouldn't worry so much unless you have just not even gotten like a receipt. If you're in the United States and maybe he added an adjustment of status, you've not done any of that or whatever. My sister has been in the U.S. for 33 years. Got married to a U.S. citizen for 18 months. Does she need to leave the country to file for a green card and citizenship? Mwazi, it will all depend on your sister's current status. So even though she's been in the country for 33 years and she's married to a U.S. citizen, we have to know, one, is she in deportation? Was she ordered deported? How did she enter into the United States? Did she cross the border? Did she enter without inspection? So Has she ever filed before? In her other filing, was it a marriage fraud case? So there are just so many things to know. Tell your sister to call us, schedule a consult. We'll go over her immigration history, and then we can tell her if she can put in a petition or not. Okay. This person on Danilo on YouTube says, recently applied for removal of conditions 6 months ago, but I discovered my wife was cheating. I'm assuming you're saying cheating on me. I forgive her, but I can stay or I can stay. So are you saying you can't stay, right? So you're saying you can't stay. Well, if you can't stay in the relationship, even though you forgive her, and you are choosing to divorce. So I'm not telling you to divorce. I'm saying if you are choosing to divorce because you cannot stay in the marriage, you just need to amend your application once the divorce is finalized. If you filed 6 months ago, you still have some time. Most removal cases take anywhere from 18 months to literally 30 months. It just all depends. If that's the choice that you're making, to get a divorce, submit an amendment to USCIS and let them know we had a genuine marriage, but my wife cheated on me, and it's something that I just I'm not okay to continue the marriage with. At the end of the day, marriages can thrive and be wonderful, but also sometimes marriages don't work for some people. USCIS is not. They're humans at the end of the day that work for USCIS, and they're humans that make these rules. And inclusive of those humans are people who have also experienced marital infidelity or have gotten divorced, and so they're not going to force you to stay married in order to get a green card, as long as you can prove that this marriage was genuine and this is what happened. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take one more question. And then I got to jump off. All right, let's see. Can my spouse file for a green card petition while my J1 visa is still in process? It all depends on when you say your J1 is still in process. So do you have a J1 or don't you have a J1? Are you in the country? Are you not in the country? Is your husband a U.S. citizen or is he not? So when you guys ask me questions on life, it'll be good to give a little bit more information or just schedule a consult. If you want to get more in depth about your own particular case, just schedule a consult or give the details so that I can answer properly. My I-130 is taking very long from last year March, and we haven't heard anything. I think this is the same person that asked that question. So Kunla said, I sent an email to you after consultation. I'm ready to proceed. Awesome. I will look into it. I haven't reviewed my emails today. Okay. This is truly the last question. I divorced my alien husband. We had 3 children. He had 2 children outside of our marriage. He was very abusive mentally and emotionally while neglecting my children. Our marriage petition expired. Okay, and you stopped there, so there's no question that you asked me. There are a few people here that that keep writing. They would like to talk to me privately. Guys, if you'd like to talk to me privately, please schedule a consultation, 407-995-6567, or send a WhatsApp. We don't take calls on our WhatsApp. You can leave a message with your number saying that, can we please call you back? That's 404-333-8751, and we'll be happy to get you scheduled. All right, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.